Hey everyone, I'm going to sit you over because I'm trying to do my teaching, and it's really windy outside, and I just got myself um back together and just had a really I don't know what to really call it. It was a life-changing massage. Let's put it that way. Because of what had happened. Um First of all, I want to talk about this. Look how pretty it is. Now, I would be sitting outside, but it's so windy. This, I just fell in love with it because it's like a world within a world. It's really pretty. The light, it just doesn't do justice on here. And then how this side does it. So that was, it's a shield. Anytime when you find them like this, these are called medicine shields. Shields that you want to use for shielding of your body and your energy. And labradorite is really good, especially for right now. What's going on with that energetically? So it's really good to use. Um, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. This one is I want to say they kind of call it like a reddish quartz, but it has hematite elements to it. But it's really cool. Now I'm going to tell you something about this. Let's get into the whole story of what I'm going to tell you about. Okay. So I go with my friend Marty. She needed to go take care of some things. And I said, well, I'll ride along with you. And she said, I'm going to stop by that crystal store, the one you took me by that one time on Douglas. I said, oh, yeah. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So we went ahead after she ran her errands and we went by this crystal store. Look at this. I want you to look at the detail of this. Look at that. Look at that. Now, this isn't a regular quartz. This is your, I want to call it a Heminard quartz, where it's mixed with the red and everything. Thanks for the thumbs up. Um, I love this. So we go inside. We go inside the crystal shop, and I've been feeling under the weather, feeling kind of tired. You know, every time when the wind is up and the pollen is blowing around, it just does a job on me. It really energetically wears me out, and you blow your nose all day long, and you're hacking up along, and you're going through your stuff. And for me, it's the sensitivity and everything. I get all swollen. I just don't feel like, I don't feel good. Let's just put it that way. So when I went with her, I said, "Good. That'll give me a chance to just kind of pretend like I'm not interacting with all the stuff that's going on in the wind and what have you." So that's why I'm sitting in my car, because there's a lot of activity going on right now in the house, and so I'm kind of like, you know, car is a safe haven where I can come and do what I need to do. Um, so we went ahead and went to the crystal shop. There's a lesson in this, okay? So we go to the crystal shop, and we're looking around, and I come across this. I know, you guys. I know. Come across these new set from New Orleans. And I said, I gotta get those since I couldn't make it there on my trip. and there's a lot of flooding going on right now. Oh my God. And here's the thing. Sometimes you get blocked from going somewhere for a reason, and you don't understand that reason until something shows itself. But I was being blocked going there, and the apartment place that I wanted to go look at was in Baton Rouge. And I fell in love with how beautiful and gorgeous and green the trees were. And I said, "Oh my God, look at this property! It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. I wanna go check this out and live there." It's all flooded by water right now. Yeah, I don't think that would have been good. No. So I said to myself, "Well, that was a blessing in disguise. Didn't move there. That was a blessing in disguise." So when I saw this deck, I said, "You know what? I gotta get that. I gotta get this deck." It's very artsy. It's very colorful and it's very artsy. Love it. Very drawn. I don't know if she used water paints or acrylic, but it looked more like it's water paint, but it's really, really pretty. And I just like how the energy is very flowing and beautiful. So I got that, and then I came across this. And when I came across it, here's where we go into this game. And you look at something, and for a split moment, I saw the price on it and I said, really don't want to spend that amount of money on that. It's a little pricey. Even though I was looking at it as so detailed, I said, God, this is really gorgeous. This is really, really pretty, and it has a lot of detail. I hope your ears are okay. Whoops. Oh my gosh. Hey, love, love, love. So, um, oops, dropped it. So this stone, when I first touched it, I said, "Ooh, that feels really good." And I just kept looking at it. And then I kept, kind of looking at it. And then I put it back. And then I went ahead and got one that was half the size of this. It was triangular. It looked really pretty. And it was like $6. This was 28. Okay. So I got the $6 one. You see what I'm talking about? You following me? Okay. We do this to ourselves because there's something we see we want, but we talk ourselves out of it. We start having negotiations with ourselves. And we start saying things like, "Oh well, I'll just get the other one. That'll be something. Let's get the other size." So I went ahead. I bought the $6 one. Kid not, okay. Got it with my set. This, and I went ahead and uh, we were getting back in the car, and so I showed her the one I had, and the triangular one. I said, "Look at that." She goes, "Oh, that's really pretty." And she goes, is that the one that you really wanted?" And I go, and she said it like that, and I go, "No, that wasn't the one I really wanted." I said, "Don't go anywhere." I went back into the shop, walked back over, and I picked it up and I grabbed it and I got it and I said, "Thank you." So this particular stone, when you work with it, it works with clarity. It works with clearing your points, your energy. It really kind of just it makes things go. Okay. Now, this is one of those stones that makes things kind of go and get going, but there's a story to why I got a heart. Okay, and this one's very crystalline. I mean, look at it. It's very detailed. It's almost like there's water in there. And the way it moves, look how dimensional it is. Okay, there's a reason why I got this. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I'm getting ready to freak you out now. All right. So I get this part and I show it to her. And she goes, "Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah." I go, "Yeah, it is. It's nice." And so go back to the homestead. And I'm working on some advertisement for a program that I'm setting up for this weekend. And it's all about ancestral clearing. It's all about, wow, spirit. Wow, look at that cloud. Dang, that's a big ass cloud. Um, I said, okay, what do you want me to work with people on? What do we need to be doing to get ready for the the lunar eclipse? That's one of those energies. What do we need to be getting ready for? And nothing was coming. Couldn't organize my thoughts to put together a class like I wanted to. And I was like, nothing's moving. What's going on? So I said, okay, well, let me go take a bath. Let me get the bath water ready. And then all of a sudden, my stomach started hurting. And I was like, my stomach hurts. So I went and took care of that. And out of that is always around water. Okay. Now, I thought it was very interesting. I come out and I'm drawing the bath water and I get this inspiration. Need to do a healing on ancestrals, clearing the fear, anxiety, depression, and poverty. Those 4 things. And I said, "Oh my gosh, I feel inspired. I want to jump into this. I want to clear the energy for this. I want to do this. I want to do this." So the energy was flowing. I was aligned. Everything was great. I'm aligned. Everything's flowing, and I'm thinking, great, great, great. Okay, I'm going to do this. So I write it all out, and I'm trying to post it and won't post, and won't switch over to my Instagram page. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to get the bath water. So I went and did my bath and came back, tried again, and wouldn't do it. And I said, okay, fine. I'm going to just go to sleep. And got up this morning, tried to do it, and wouldn't do it. And I'm looking, and it says, okay, something's going on. What am I not? I'm not in the right alignment, so it goes over. And I found out what my mistake was, and I said, okay, well, let me just clear that and redo it. And now on my Instagram page, if you go to Priestess333, you will see what I'm advertising for this weekend, what we need to be doing for this weekend. Now, here's the thing. Light workers and star seeds, you are going to be pushed up to the front now. Your stuff is going to be coming up like nobody's business, and there's a reason for it. So that you are no longer matching energy of other people or situations that keep repatterning themselves. And one of the things about when we clear ancestral type of things, we're clearing them to be taking care of that energy and to heal it, to cut it, to be done with the contracts. Okay, a lot of us are walking around with ancestral contracts of carrying their grief, their sorrow. I think we're working on grief. It's not depression. It's going to be fear, anxiety Saturday, and Sunday's going to be grief and poverty. Okay, so clearing your ancestral timelines is what you need to do, because when we go through this eclipse energy, we're already still in a portal from the 10 days. Okay, that portal did not close up. It is still opening and it's still expanding itself, joining in with the portal of opening for the lunar eclipse. Okay, so the full moon, all that's joining together. So there's a reason why we did the 10 days to begin with. And now we had this little window of a break, but it's still not really an official break because we're still expanding in this window of opportunity. So this is the perfect time to do this healing, to do this work, to do this releasing work, and to be able to release this. Now you're probably saying, well, how do I know I'm supposed to be clearing my ancestor stuff? How do I know that? Well, if it keeps coming up around you, anything of a past timeline with ancestors, and you always find yourself kind of fascinated about ancestor stuff, that's part of it. If you are attracted to skulls, like crystal skulls, art drawings of skulls, the um Lost Souls Days, Los Muertos, um, All Souls Day, any of that. If you're attracted to any of that, you are someone who came in this lifetime to clear your ancestry stuff. Okay, clearing ancestry stuff, it means to go back through the timeline of death and to clear things that did not go well with your ancestors. If they were killed for being a healer, or helping to deliver babies, or if they were herbalists and they were killed for that. If they were people who practiced the magic arts of creativity and manifestation, and they did it under the saints and how they did their own form of that work, you're a part of that. So when we talk about clearing those things, we're talking about releasing that energy, getting, breaking the contracts with that. That's what that means. So this weekend is a perfect opportunity to jump in and do this. And I'm starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 90 minutes on a Saturday and 90 minutes on a Sunday. We have 2 days to clear your deep ancestral stuff. Okay, it's there. Trust me, whether you want to know it or not. But we have 2 days to do it on. In those 2 days, we're going to clear. Then on Monday, Tuesday, you have 2 days of integration to move into your higher frequency. So when that lunar eclipse hits, you're not taking all of the stuff you've been carrying that's come up to the surface now. Now you're not taking that with you into this timeline. Okay, the new timeline with this eclipse. It's not going to get amplified. You're not going to be walking around with it more. You're going to clear it. It's going to be done. Boom. So this is why it's so important to do this work. And I really didn't know how important it was until I had the massage. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. So I asked Marty to do the massage, strip out my legs again, strip out my feet. Okay. Now we're gonna get into it. So I asked her, strip that out for me, because I was still having the crystalline effect on my heels. They were still hurting me, but not as much like they've been hurting. It feels like shards of crystal caught in my heels, and it was hurting. So yeah, I had to take that off. This morning was cold. Not kidding. So I kept saying to myself, okay, fine. She's gonna go ahead and strip this out. No problem. She'll strip it out. So get on the table, and she does my spine. Get my spine medicine done. And I'm all like, oh, yeah, glad I got all these oils. Everything's fine. Even the wind knows what I'm getting ready to talk about. It's gotten extra windy now. uh, and what I am about to share with you, we got to go back to, I think it was last week. Yeah, I think it was last week. We got to go back to last week where I got the body massage done, got my spine and everything done, and once again I was dealing with the heel and the foot pain and the calves and all that. And after she worked on me, that's when she did my neck. And she had her hands right here, and then all of a sudden, my whole body started unwinding, and I remember laying there on the table, and I heard, "You're now ready for the next level." And remember, I was joking around when I was talking about it, and I said, "Oh yeah, now I feel like I'm in the movie Aliens." You know, she's running down the thing. Mother, I reset the thing. Da, 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 mother, and she says, T minus 45 seconds. You know, she's all stressed out. Okay, remember I was teasing about that? I was saying that. Would you believe the next day that movie was on? And I came on the scene where she was running down the corridor of the ship. And she was saying that. And I was laughing to myself. I said, didn't I just finish making mockery of that the other day? And I was just laughing about it. I was cracking up. So I said to myself, I said, okay, fine. You know, you're now ready for the next level. And I was like, okay, whatever that means. What's the next level? I'm open. I'm Garrett. Today, I hit that next level. And let me tell you, it's been a wonderful moment of hitting that, because a lot of stuff was coming up. And this is not in any way, shape, or form. This is a teaching moment. This is not in any way, shape, or form disrespect to my mother, my father, no, nothing. You know, all those that played a role in me obtaining this body in this lifetime on this earth plane. Okay? Everyone made a contract agreement to play their part for me to get here to do what I'm doing right now and more to come in the future. So I guess this is making that noise now. I don't know why it's doing that. It's probably too warm in the car. So I went ahead and I'm getting the massage and everything, and she strips out my feet, and it was pain from hell. I kid you not, I was having pain from hell because it was so painful. And I'm trying to get it to cool off. So I was just feeling like, oh my gosh, you know, this really, really hurts. And I don't know how much more I can take of this, because she was breaking up the adhesions and the crystalline affected my heels and my feet. But my front feet weren't hurting, toes weren't hurting, nothing like that. It was only in the heels, and it was painful. So she breaks it up. There were quite a few choice words coming out of my mouth, and Jesus, and oh my God, and oh Jesus, and you know, all of the above. So we get to a place to where she strips everything out, and she's being guided about my lower back, around my hip area, all around the hip tissue, what she needs to do. And so she starts to work on those areas. And then after she releases the muscles and then goes back down to the heels and the feet, it doesn't hurt as much. But she was using also a piece of a lapis rod on me, I should say. And she was stripping out. She was doing some severe stripping out of stuff. And I was like, okay. So I've had energy work done, which totally made it different. been on my bromelain, taking that, that made a difference, and then had to do the last part. It's like this crystalline stuff that was stuck in the muscle tissue, and it literally had to be broken up to get rid of the rest of it. Okay, so all of a sudden we're talking, and we start talking about mother, and it was the weirdest feeling. Now, keep in mind, I mean, no disrespect to my mom and anything. I'm just talking about the experience. But it was a scene, like literally, and this is why it's so important. If you are a new mother or you're getting ready to have a baby, you really want to be cautious of what you're saying when you are pregnant, because whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're talking about, whatever you're screaming about, whatever you're pissed about, whatever you're mad about, no matter what, that child is going to hear it, because that's a growing being inside of you that's going to hear it. It's going to feel it. First thing, it's going to feel it. Okay, that's the first thing. Going to feel it. Then it's going to hear it. Might not understand it all what's being said, but can feel what it means. Okay, can feel it. So I literally was feeling, and I also saw how upset my mom was when she found out she was pregnant, and how scared she was, and how she did not want me. She didn't. She didn't want me. And I'm talking about this from a spiritual point of view, how this energy was, and how I felt that. Now, what I'm about to describe to you, you know, here on Be Soul Light, Be Soul Light. We talk about how the soul is light. We talk about our light journeys. So right now, I'm getting ready to share with you what happened to me. This was right up there with healing through my second bout of cancer and going through that healing of light of speed, spontaneous healing, and then boom, it was done. You know, and the immense amount of love that I felt. Okay. So this energy was entirely intense, because all of a sudden I felt myself coming through a tube of light, not like the death light that we got kind of get tricked into going into, because it's the artificial light that tricks you, makes you think you're going to the light when you're not, and it recirculates you back down here. Not that one. This one was a tube of divine light. And as I was going through it, it was like contractions. There was a wave motion, and it was another wave, and it was another wave. And my body physically was waving on the table. And I'm face down, face in the cradle, and my body is physically going through this waving motion. And almost like I wanted to throw up, but I wasn't throwing up. It was like, ugh, you know, I could feel a large amount of fluid moving through my chest cavity. And it looked like it was amniotic fluid. I could feel it. I could see it. And I said, this is amniotic fluid. What is this? I said, where the hell am I? And I kid you not, this was a spiritual birth that I went through. And it explained everything to the T, what led up to this moment, what happened. So I went through those waves, and I come out into this bright, bright light. And it had like all of these kind of like crowns, like a crowning, like if you had a crown on and you shot light through it and it had all the points on it, that's what it looked like I was coming through. And it was nothing but pure, divine, compassionate love. And it was so intense. I started weeping. And I said, where am I? What is this? And I heard a female voice, if I am your mother, your divine mother. When she said that, I lost it. It was like, holy crap. Who am I to be coming through a divine mother, the goddess, the God, creation, being birthed through this moment, being restored, being renewed in this moment? And I said, oh my God. And it was so intense. I couldn't even, it was like I couldn't talk about it because it was so intense. And thank God, Marty and I are the sundancers we are, because we get this medicine. We understand what this medicine is. But when it was happening, she was able to anchor it. She was able to be the conduit for it to come in, knew what she had to do. She activated it. And that's what the message was from last week of, you're ready for the next level. So after it was all said and done, I could barely move around because I felt very spacey. I felt like I was just getting my footing on, like, where am I? Where'd I land to? Like I was trying to figure out where I landed. And it was so intense. The energy was so intense. I could not even drive the car. We had to go get something to eat because I was so hungry. I couldn't even drive. I said, you're going to have to drive. I can't drive. I could not drive because I was so just out there, and everything I was seeing, everything I was feeling, everything that I felt was just intense love. Intense love. And then as we're driving to go pick up something to eat, I hear this, you will never hear the words of me never wanting you, because I love you for who you are. And I was just like, oh my God, this is, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this is crazy. How does this happen? And that's what it really means to be totally connected to our divinity self. So I have a message for all of you. And this is the reason why I'm doing the workshop this weekend. This is a reason why this came to me, because this is a symbol of a new start, a new heart, a new being, and claiming that. So I want each and every one of you to know this. You are about to embark upon your birthright divinity renewal. It's going to come through a flash of what I was talking about, a flash of light. That's tied into it. That is going to be the divine mother reactivating you and giving birth to her children on this planet. Okay? I'm letting you know that right now, that's what's about to happen. So if you're struggling in yourself, or you had that and you haven't been feeling right since that, then just know that this energy of divine energy is getting ready to come in and correct a lot of things like never seen before. And to experience it firsthand, I'm still floating from it. So I just came on and try to go ahead and get this started and talk about it, but I'm still floating from it. So this weekend, 8 to 9:30, we're doing Saturday and Sunday. This is going to be a private Facebook page for those who are brave enough to come and do this work. This is time to clear those timelines of the ancestors. It's time to get them out of your space, because some of you are walking with it and don't even realize that it's not yours to be walking with. Some of you don't even realize it. It's not yours to walk with. The grief, the sadness, the poverty, all the things that keep happening to you. Yes, there's portions of it that comes from your mother, father selves. But then again, you got to think back to the ancestors. What happened there? What was never forgiven there? What was never healed there? What was the suffering? What was the grief? What was the pain? What was the fear that you are carrying in your bones? And that was the trigger for all of this. She was in my bone area of my lower body working with that. Okay, that's where it was. So I share this with you for what it's worth. And I always share my truth and I bring it on. I go through my own stuff just like you experience your stuff. But I'm here to actually help you move through that, get through that. And this ancestry work is it's needed right now. We need to do this. So if you're brave enough and you want to show up and to participate, please meet me. Go to the Instagram page, Priestess Makala 333, and go there, look that up, sign up, and then it's $38 for 2 days. Come on now. There's a reason why it's $38. 8 and 3 is what? 11, right? There you go. Walking through the doorway, through transformation. There's a reason why that energy is there. So I had to come on and share this with you and let you know what my experience is. And I'm still integrating the energy. All I've been seeing is more light language, codes in the sky, intense feelings of knowingness, like, and love, intense love, like being loved is an entirely different thing when you're receiving it from the Divine Mother, because it is the divine love, intense love. Feels so good. This love is so strong. It literally will make you cry, because isn't that what all of us look for? And we strive so hard to be loved, to be liked, to be understood, to be heard, and to not be shunned, to not be put down or hated for your color or your beliefs. And I think all of us have experienced such high magnitudes of this on so many levels. But to feel that amount of intense love, that was truly divine to me. And until you free yourself from that, it's truly, how do I put this? It's truly like an honorable place to be, to feel that love. So I just wanted to come on and share this experience because it was so powerful. And then to hear those words of love, I've been kind of crying all day. So because it's the intense love. And in that intense love, there's no hate, there's no separatism, there's no fear, there's no grief, there's no need, there's no want, there's no nothing. There is just that place that just is love. Just is love. And it was so powerful. And I'm still processing it because it's a place of divine love. And it's a beautiful place to be. And I enjoyed that. And I'm gonna just bathe in this love energy. Because it just feels so genuine and real. It's not fake. It's not um manipulating. It's none of that. It's real. It's a real love. You can feel it. Like you never felt love before. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and share this really quick and hope that you join me this weekend. Do it for your ancestors, do it for yourself, do it for your children to come and get that clearing work done this weekend. It will be on Facebook. So I have between today and tomorrow to get you signed into the Facebook group. So please make it easy on yourself and myself. Put your energy out there and DM me wherever you need to DM me at. Everybody has my DM, and leave me the message that you're interested in doing this. And I'll be back on tomorrow and talk about the dreams because I know there's going to be some dreams. All right, lovelies, have a great day. I'm going to wrap this up. It's gotten really warm in the car now. And I hope you have a really good day. I hope you really understand what I was talking about. And if you have questions, please leave me the questions and I'll get back to you. I'll answer your questions. But yeah, we're in some very changing times right now. This is changing. Very. All right, lovelies. Be so light. Much love to you. You know what? I came up with this saying. We here at the Be So Light tribe meet to come together for the light to make it right. There you go. All right. Be good to yourself. Much love. Bye.